Hey, it's James here from GOODGUITARIST.com, and today I want to show you a fun exercise that you can do to practice bar chords. And really quick rundown, when it comes to playing bar chords, you are welcome to just try and do the whole shape, but that doesn't have a very high success rate. And a lot of the time, you end up kind of just banging your head against the wall, trying to get the things to sound decent. I find it's better to break it down into a few smaller pieces and then kind of add those all up together. And I've already done another lesson. I'm going to put a link in the corner for that. It goes over the bottom end and the positioning for bar chords, getting your arm in the right spot and playing power chords, which are a super useful thing anyways. But today we're going to be learning a simple strength builder for your index finger, and working on the actual bar itself. Now, the classic exercise that you'll see this everywhere, is to bar 2 strings and then bar 3 strings and then 4 and 5 and 6 and maybe come back down. And that's a cool exercise. I like that one. But I think we can do something a little bit different. Rather than just playing some exercise, we're going to be incorporating music into it. So you're going to be playing along with music using some simple shapes. It's going to be a lot more fun. It's going to make you want to practice more, and you're going to get stronger, faster, and you're going to be playing bar chords before you know it. So here's how we'll do it. I want to start off by pressing the top 2 strings at the 5th fret. So the thinnest string at the 5th fret and then the next one. And I'm going to press those with my index finger. And then I'm going to move up to the 7th fret. And rather than play this like an exercise, I want to load up a song. You might be familiar with Moondance by Van Morrison. And, I can't just directly play it for you because of copyright reasons, but I can load up my backing track that I made that sounds pretty close to it without, giving me a copyright strike. The song goes something like this. And you can actually hear the piano playing these chord shots. Dun, dun. So you just latch onto that and you just go 5/7 over and over again. Just with downstrokes. And that's your entire practice session. Just one run through of Moondance. Like, it's 4 or 5 minutes long. There are a couple other parts of the song and you can learn the whole thing if you like, but all you really need to do is play along to that main part, just going 5/7, 5/7 the whole time. Even during those other parts, it still sounds pretty decent. And since you're doing it with the song, not only are you doing this bar exercise that strengthens your finger, but you're also working on your rhythm at the same time. So it's like 2 birds with 1 stone. And it's pretty fun too. The one thing I want you to make sure you're doing though is moving your thumb along with your finger. You can see here, like, I want my thumb to just kind of move exactly with my finger. So you might have to lift it like that, or you could slide it along your neck if the back of your neck isn't, too sticky feeling. From there, instead of barring 3 strings right away, I want you to try putting your index finger higher and barring with like the bottom part of your finger. So we're still getting the top 2 strings, but we're doing it with the bottom of our finger. And that's really realistic because when you're playing bar chords, you're going to be doing them like that. That's why I think this is better than just going like this the whole time. We're going to go like this. Still just the top 2 strings. And then from there, you can try to bar 3 strings. First with the tip. And then with the bottom of your finger. And then you can move on to 4 strings. And once you're at that point, when you're comfortable barring 4 strings, I recommend shifting gears and working on one of the 2 other angles with bar chords. So I just want to recap what your practice session is going to look like. You're going to load up the recording of Moondance, and you're going to go with the tip of your finger on the top 2 strings, 5/7, 5/7, and the rhythm there is 1 and 2 and. I'll just write it in the corner. You can read that if you're one of the people that likes to visually see the rhythm. And you just do that over and over for the entire song. It's like a 5-minute workout. Then you take a little break, you load up the recording again, and you put your finger higher using the base of your finger, finding the comfortable spot for you. Some people, if you have really long fingers, they put their fingers way higher. Some people, their finger tip is like almost at the top of the fretboard. And you go, do the same thing. with the recording, and that makes like a 10-minute practice session. And you do that a few days in a row till you're really good at it. And then you move on to 3 strings and repeat the process with the tip and then with the bass. And then you could move on to 4 strings, 5, 6, go as far as you want. I think hitting up to 3 strings is actually a pretty good amount. And then at that point, I want you to pivot into a different angle of approach for bar chords. And I actually have a couple different videos that I already mentioned. One of them is about using these 3 fingers and training them to make the shapes, because a bar chord is like a bar plus a chord shape. And I'll put all this stuff in the description. And the other one is to work on the power chord, which is like half the bar chord. It's just the bottom part of the bar chord. It makes you get your thumb in the right spot, your elbow. It puts everything into position. So we have those 3 angles to get bar chords from. And, my whole thing here is, while some people can just do the bar chord through like brute force and, and they just try to do the whole thing and it works out, there's a bit of a smarter, simpler, and overall quicker approach to break down the bar chord into its components, the bar finger, the other 3 fingers, the bottom end of the bar chord, the positioning. And, when you do it that way, it's just so much simpler. And if you want to follow a complete path that does that, I have a course, Bar Chords Made Easy, that starts with all this simple stuff that anybody can do. And we slowly but surely build up the strength until about halfway through the course when we finally try bar chords. And at that point, we're 100% ready to be successful with them. I've gotten a lot of great feedback with this course, and it's helped a lot of people who got stuck on this step. Some people just get stuck at bar chords, and that's the big roadblock that, their guitar career ends there, or they just stay in like regular chord land. They're not able to play all these songs that they want to play. Sometimes it even lasts for years. And, people are overcoming bar chords and incorporating them into their playing. And all my courses include access to the Good Guitarist community group, which is a private group on my website where you can ask questions and I answer them myself. You can also, chat with everybody else who's taking the courses too, and it's a great place to get feedback and to be part of a community of people who are all trying to help you get better. And that's included with any of my courses, any and all of them. Either way, have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.